I don't know if the word good is a way to describe it, but because yesterday, the President of the United States incited an armed insurrection against America. The gleeful desecration of the U.S. Capitol, which is the temple of our American democracy, and the violence targeting Congress are horrors that will forever stain our nation's history, instigated by the President of the United States. That's why it's such a stain. In calling for this seditious act, the President has committed an unspeakable assault on our nation and our people. I join the Senate Democratic leader in calling on the Vice President to remove this President by immediately invoking the 25th Amendment. If the Vice President and the Cabinet do not act, the Congress may be prepared to move forward with impeachment. That is the overwhelming sentiment of my caucus. And the
What happened at the U.S. Capitol yesterday was an insurrection against the United States incited by President Trump. The President promoted conspiracy theories that motivated these thugs. He exhorted them to come to our nation's capital. He told them to march down Pennsylvania Avenue. And he said, "You will never take back our country with weakness." President Trump's lies fed the crowd. He directed their anger at Capitol Hill, and his demagoguery whipped them into a frenzy. Let me be clear. These were rioters, insurrectionists, goons, thugs, domestic terrorists. They, of course, bear responsibility for the mayhem yesterday. They should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law, and if this administration won't, I'm confident the next administration will. No leniency for these people. They have the cameras all over, they have their pictures. No matter what part of the country they came from, we ought to go after them right now. Whoops. Right. Stuck. All right. But make no mistake about it. The reprehensible acts yesterday were incited by the President of the United States. Yesterday's events would not have happened without him. If there were no President Trump, this would not have happened, plain and simple. The fish stinks from the head, plain and simple. And so I believe the President is dangerous and should not hold office one day longer. He may have only 13 days left as president, but yesterday demonstrated that each and every one of those days is a threat to democracy so long as he is in power. The quickest and most effective way to remove this president from office would be for the vice president to immediately invoke the 25th Amendment. The vice president can invoke the 25th Amendment today, and if the cabinet votes, he's gone. They should do it now. If the vice president and the cabinet refuse to stand up, Congress should reconvene to impeach the president. Plain and simple. We don't need a lengthy debate. The president's abuse of power, his incitement of a mob against the duly elected representative body of the United States is a manifestly impeachable offense. If there ever was an impeachable offense, what the president did was it. And if you don't think he won't spend his days out of office promoting conspiracies, stoking grievances, and doing more of the same, you're kidding yourselves. If you think he won't promote the idea of him running again 4 years from now to motivate his supporters, you're kidding yourselves. And in impeachment, there's a charge that allows the Congress to say he can never run for office again. That should be invoked as well. So if the vice president will not, so if the vice president and the cabinet won't invoke the 25th Congress, Congress should come back in session immediately and impeach the president. Get him out of office. Now,